Welcome to Let's Go Dutch. I'm Veronica Lewis, and today we're at a Dutch theme park in Japan, Huis ten Bosch.
I'm gonna travel the world. I'm gonna go where the Dutch have been, and I'm gonna share it with you, my friends. Let's go Dutch. Let's go Dutch. Let's go Dutch.
Today is all about fun in the land of the rising sun. So put on your clogs and let's go Dutch. Located in Nagasaki Prefecture is a theme park dedicated to the historical link between Japan and the Netherlands, Huis ten Bosch.
Did you say Huis ten Bosch?
I did.
Echt waar?
Ja, echt waar. Turn around. Cross the bridge and through the imposing Kasteel Neerode, and you'll emerge in the heart of the Netherlands. If it weren't for the mountains all around, you could swear you're in Holland. Okay, seriously, this is crazy. It's like miniature Holland sitting in Japan. The name comes from the royal palace in The Hague, Huis ten Bosch. It means the house in the woods. Huis ten Bosch is divided into neighborhoods. There's Amsterdam City, Harbor Town, Tower City, and the colorful Flower Road. Tower City is easy to spot with its model of the Domtoren in Utrecht. Heading to Flower Road takes us to another part of Holland, Kinderdijk. They have a mini Kinderdijk. Kinderdijk, which means children's dike, is a row of windmills along a dike. It's a popular day trip in Nederland and one of several places to see lots of windmills. Harnessing an element abundant in the Netherlands, these machines are best known for draining water from land. Using a gauntlet of windmills, the Dutch reclaimed land from the sea, giving birth to their motto, God created the world, but the Dutch created Holland.
One other thing they have in this section is the Oostpoort in Delft. Vermeer painted this in his View of Delft painting. Quite fitting, the painting is in the Mauritshuis in Den Haag, which is also where we find the Huis ten Bosch.
If you've traveled around Nederland, you will surely recognize some of the monuments here. Others will leave you wondering where you may have seen it. Here's a little hint. You'll find Amsterdam, Utrecht, Leiden, Alkmaar, Delft, and Sneek represented.
Just like Amsterdam, snaking around the park are a lot of canals. And speaking of Sneek, behind me is the waterport from the Frisian town of Sneek.
The waterport was part of the medieval fortifications and dates back to 1492.
Holding court in the middle of the Amsterdam city section is the whimsical Gouda Stadhuis. In Gouda, this square is called the Markt. And just as it is here, there are houses and shops and restaurants surrounding the Stadhuis. On the left side are typical Amsterdam gables, which are all part of the Hotel Amsterdam. It's very easy to think the Gouda Stadhuis is Disney-inspired, but this whimsical step gable with spires goes back to 1438. With all the detail, this recreation shows off the remarkable craftsmanship. Inside is a museum of ornamental glass. The museum delights with interesting and colorful creations. There are 2 floors with exquisite pieces. The elegance is befitting this stately Stadthaus.
In Gouda, the Waag is just behind the Stadthaus. Oh, here too, the Waag is just behind the Stadthaus. The Waag is where the famous Goudse Kaasmarkt is held. Kaas means cheese.
Inside these impeccably recreated houses, you'll find shops, museums, restaurants, and attractions of all kinds. Horizon Adventure is a story of 17th century Holland. The purple hue serene setting as you enter hides the storm that's coming. With moving seats, dazzling lights, and spraying water, you will experience a deluge as water pours in and floods the town. Strap in for a thrilling ride on this zip line as it meanders through the trees. Or if ziplining isn't your cup of tea, how about a not-so-simple walk amongst the trees?
Utrecht is well represented with the prachtig Academiegebouw, the sunken wharves, and towering over the whole park, the Domtoren.
In Utrecht, the Domtoren stands tall and can be seen from all around the city. You'll find this replica perfect, except for one little thing. They have an elevator to the top instead of the 465 steps in the original. And go to the top you must for fantastic views all around the park. Around the corner from the Domtoren in Utrecht is a serious work of architecture called the Academiegebouw. Again, you'll be amazed at the work done. Part of Utrecht University, the hall dates back to 1462, while the university itself was founded in 1636. Just like Utrecht, they have sunken wharves along the canals in Tower City. And just like Utrecht, there are restaurants along the canal, and quite popular, as you'll see.
You probably always wondered, what if the famous Dutch painter Jan Steen went into house painting instead of art? Well, here's your answer. Although I must say it looks more like Vincent painted this colorful street. Leiden is represented by the Lakkenhal. Dating from 1640, the Lakkenhal was the guild hall of the cloth merchants. You can see the 2 keys of the Leiden Stadswapen on the facade. The Lakkenhal in Leiden has friezes pertaining to the cloth trade on the facade. Let's see how Huis and Bosch did. They did, didn't they? Once again, no stone was left unturned. And now we turn to Willem.
This is the Horn section of town. Here you'll find the Waag, the Statenlogement, and the Basuhuizen.
The Waag in Horn is on the square called Rodestein. On the side of this former wayhouse is the Stadswapen. At Huis ten Bosch, the Waag is easy to spot with its gray color, shutters, and most of all, the Horn Stadswapen. Coming into the Horn section, and in fact, just like heading into the heart of Horn itself, is the double-gabled Statenlogement building. While anyone can get a bite here, in Horn, the Statenlogement would have been for council members only. And then there are the Basuhuizen. This is a row of houses with tremendous gable stones across the facades. It tells the story of a sea battle off Horn. If you've seen them for real, you will most likely smile pleasantly when you turn the corner and see them here.
Huis ten Bosch is open all year round, and it changes with the seasons. We filmed in October, and the park is decked out in all its Halloween accoutrements, and even some Santas starting to appear. There's always something going on. Winding its way along the streets is the pumpkin train. This colorful parade is a delight for the young, old, and everyone in between. During our time filming here, throngs of school kids were visiting. Whether or not they know the park has a Dutch twist doesn't matter, as they are dazzled by all the park has to offer. How about a ride on a 3-story carousel? It sort of looks like a giant birthday cake. For the wee little ones, there is the Fantasy Forest. There are bikes to rent, which makes for a fun way to get around the park. Just strolling around, crossing the many bridges, and exploring the different neighborhoods is quite fun, with surprises around every corner. It looks like Willem has found something.
Behind me is the Axeenstoren from Alkmaar. Built in 1622, the tower was used to collect taxes from ships coming in with imported goods.
Just like in Alkmaar, this tower sits by the harbor. Here at Huis ten Bosch, it stands guard by the gate to Harbor Town. It is in this section where we find the Huis ten Bosch itself. Named for the palace in the woods where the Dutch royals live, this faithful recreation offers stunning gardens to wander around.
getting back to those goods coming in from overseas, one thing that caught the eye of the Dutch was porcelain. The park has several museums worth a visit, and this is definitely one of them. The Dutch learned about porcelain from the Chinese. They brought the technique back to Holland. This museum starts off slowly, getting you ready for the visual onslaught you're about to step into. Did you say wow? While you're looking at every inch in this room, I'll give you a little insight. During the Dutch Golden Age, they traded in Chinese porcelain, and they used the techniques and added their own touch. Made in the city of Delft, the blue and white ceramics with scenes of windmills and sailing ships became known as Delftware. As we enter the next room, we stand face to face with a fairly large model of a Dutch ship. It was ships like this that sailed into Japan, loaded with Dutch exports, and sailed back to Holland with Japanese imports. There's always something going on around the park. Here we have a dancing bear for the kinderen. One thing you can say about visiting in October, the pointy gable houses add greatly to the Halloween mystique. Inside the Academiegebouw is a story of romance against the backdrop of an old-fashioned street organ. Called Art Fantasia, it's a waltz of light and sound with projection mapping. you've seen our Den Haag episode, then you may have noticed the Stork Stadswapen. It sits atop the Passage, which is a covered mall in Den Haag filled with shops. In Amsterdam, canal boats ply the waterways. Here, too, at Huis and Bosch, you can take a cruise around the canals. Just like Amsterdam, you get a different perspective from the water, and it's romantic at night. Perhaps it's time to check out the park at night. Billy Eric, how about a nice dissolve into your roux? That's Japanese for night. While in real life, not every old building is lit up at night. Since Huis and Bosch is a theme park, you don't have to fret about that. The bridges lit up and reflecting on the canals. The Dom touring glowing in the night sky. It's a fairy tale and a feast for the eye. This is called the Waterfall of Light. I'd shed some more light on that, but that would ruin the effect, wouldn't it? Did you happen to notice the street with the hanging umbrellas? If you didn't earlier, you certainly will at night, as cascading light rains down from them. Well, that's all the time we have. I hope you've enjoyed this mini slice of Holland in Japan. I'm Veronica Lewis. Join us again next time on Let's Go Dutch as we explore more of Nederland and beyond. Tot ziens! Or perhaps I should say, sayonara.